Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I'm going to be showing you some Ultrasabers that I picked up. They came about just over a week ago. It's actually the biggest order of Ultrasabers that I have had. It's either my third or my fourth order. I'm going to go ahead and show you all the other stuff I got with the order before we get to the Sabers, but I will just leave one on just for a bit of lighting, because as you can see without it, it's a little dark in here, just so I don't have to keep turning on and off the actual room lights. So this order contains 5 Sabers that I ordered, and then a 6th one, which is a grab bag. Although 2 of them, one of them being this, is meant for a dual-sided saber, meant for a staff. So technically it's 1, but it's 2. So basically, whenever I get orders from Ultrasabers, I always order them when there's a good deal going on. And those deals, when I order them, they always have a deal on for a certain saber and this, that, and the other, or 10% off and that kind of stuff. But the orders that I go for are when they have the tiers, where if you pay a certain amount, you get a free blade plug. Pay a little bit more, you get a free t-shirt. A little bit more, you get a free saber stand, and then up to whatever it is, $450 or whatever the mark is when they do it. You get a free grab bag saber with that as well. So basically, that is the times when I order from Ultrasabers, just so that you're actually getting the really good deals. So basically, those things that we got on the order, we have the free blade plug, which is an Ultrasabers one, so it has a US in there. So there's a free blade plug, and then we have the saber stand that you get there as well. We have the t-shirt, which on the front just has the Ultrasabers logo, and then on the back it says the best sabers in the galaxy and a galaxy far, far away, and it is in my size as well. In the notes for the order, I just mentioned that I have had one of these before, and they sent an extra large. I mean, you probably can't see how tall I am from the videos, but you can definitely tell I'm not an extra large. So yeah, got my size in t-shirt. They actually read those notes, which is fantastic. So, and another thing as well, they do actually have some new chargers that they offer on the site. So they always used to offer the Trustfire batteries and a Trustfire charger set. Now they go with a company called Xtar. You can still get the Trustfire stuff, I believe, but it's obviously just a cheaper option. So here we have the older Trustfire charger. And it's literally just, you put your batteries in, it has the red lights, and then when they're charged, they go green. This can only be used for lithium-ion batteries. You know, there's quite a few lithium-ions that you can charge in it, but only lithium-ions. This charger right here, which is the Xtar VC2 Plus, it's a little bit more expensive. I thought it was worth it just for having the screen on there, because what you can actually do with this thing is, it'll actually show you how long is left to charge, and also it'll show you the percentage, the actual battery level, which is fantastic. Which obviously with this thing, you wouldn't know when they were going to be charged. With this, it actually tells you how long it's going to take. I thought it was worth it just for that, but if you can tell, there's actually a lot more space in there for the batteries to go. This thing can charge lithium ions of all different kinds, and NiCads, and NiMis, and any standard rechargeable batteries like quadruple A's, triple A's, double A's, single A's, C's, D's, and the other ones, SC's. So even those big fat D batteries, if you've got rechargeable ones, you can charge them in this thing. The old charger for the Trustfires, it would charge them in about 2 hours from completely flat to ready to go. This thing, 6 minutes, and that's on a half an amp. If you put it on the full amp, the batteries do get a little bit warmer, which I don't like for safety reasons, so I like to keep it on the half an amp, but it literally does it in half the time. So amazing difference. Bearing in mind the Trustfire batteries that they used to send you were 900 milliamp hours, whereas these ones, the Xtar batteries that they ship you with the Sabers now, if you go for these, they are only 800 milliamps. So you're losing 100 milliamps worth of playtime essentially. But the chargers, I definitely do recommend that you go ahead and pick up these new chargers. Obviously you get your charger and your wall adapter, and you also even get a little bag to keep it in as well, which is nice. So moving on to the Sabers now, just like the one that is lit, we have the Apprentice LE-V4 right here. I'm not going to go ahead and talk about the individual stuff that's on each saber. I'm going to go into some detail in individual reviews. So this is obviously a stunt saber that I got in Sunrider's Destiny right there. It might be coming up as just green on camera, just a light green, but it is Sunrider's Destiny, not Consular green. It is the LE version, so you do have that kind of brass colouring in there as well, and we got the vents right there. So yeah, 2 of those to go ahead and essentially make a staff. It has one of these slightly smaller blades on there as well, obviously for that reason. Now the grab bag saber that came with the order. I believe it might just be called the Dark Sentinel. I'm not massively sure. I didn't check, to be quite honest with you, but the Sentinel, which is essentially the larger version of the Apprentice, as you can see, they're essentially the same style saber. You just got the extra choke point in there as well, so it's just larger. It's just essentially the two-handed version of this. I have actually had as a grab bag before, and I got that in Fire Orange, and I love that saber to pieces. It's a fantastic saber. And so here I have it in all black, which I assume is the Dark Sentinel, but it might have a different name altogether. Vented and in red. This is the only saber that I've got that is just solid blazing red, because I've got red in my Warglaive, but that's an RGB. So really nice to have a solid red stunt saber. Definitely do like that. Both of those sabers had the Ultra Edge blades, and then this is also an Ultra Edge, but this is obviously the standard length Ultra Edge blade. Now onto the three sabers, like the main sabers that I had on the order. They all have sound. Two of which have the V3 light soundboard, and then one, which is the one that I actually had to wait for, which I'm going to go ahead and show you now, which is the most expensive saber on the order, is the Raven, and that has the V4 soundboard on it. So I've got it preset with the Black Star. So this actually has Violet Amethyst, and it is the heavy grade standard length Ultra Edge, and I got the heavy grade as well on the next saber that you will see. I just wanted to get two heavy grades just to see what they'd be like. I actually have two used Saberforge blades that are essentially like an Ultrasaber's heavy grade, but in like the mid grade look. Like, I don't know, I don't really like the Saberforge blades at all. I really wanted to go ahead and see what these heavy grades were like. I wanted to see how weighty they are and how much they can stand up to a beating and everything. The standard blades can do really well in a duel, let alone the heavy grades. But obviously for your saber combat and for your flourishes and for your practicing and dueling, the lighter blades of the standard stuff is better for you, to be honest with you. So your mid grades or your Ultra Edge blades are going to be better really for just general use, unless you really hammer into stuff. Maybe you're dueling against trees and stuff. Just in terms of a long term, you know, long lasting blade, then I'd go for the heavy grade. But I really need to just see what they were like, because I do actually want to make a video comparing the different blade types. And so next up here we have the Prophecy V3, essentially Anakin Skywalker's blade from the start of episode 2. It has the light soundboard. It is very loud because it has an open pommel at the bottom there. It doesn't have anything covering the sound. As you can see, if you cover it, much quieter there. So this is in Guardian Blue, and yeah, amazing saber, I have to say. It does feel really great for dueling and everything. Could be made a little bit more accurate if you go ahead and change up the grips, but I will go ahead and you know, go into more detail in the review itself. So this again does have a standard length heavy grade Ultra Edge blade. And then last up, a saber that I've always wanted Ultrasabers to make, but they have only recently brought it out. And whilst my order was essentially, whilst I was waiting on it because of the Raven, this thing came out, and I messaged them and I asked them, can I have it added to the order? They said no problem. They added it to the order, and it didn't even add to any shipping costs or anything, so that was fantastic. Here we have the Emperor's Hand. Again, Violet Amethyst there. This time I went ahead and got a pointed tip. I just wanted to see what the pointed tip would be like. I haven't had one before. So this is a standard length normal Ultra Edge. This is not heavy grade, this is a normal Ultra Edge. So this might appear a little bit brighter than the Raven there. If you were to compare the Violet Amethysts, I'll be doing that comparison in my blade comparison. You'll see the brightness difference. Again, it has the V3 light soundboard, so it only has this one sound font on it. And then obviously you've got your clashes and your movement sounds and everything else obviously on all of them. But yeah, this thing, I'm a massive Mara Jade fan, and so therefore this saber I really wanted Ultrasabers to make. I know Saberforge do one and it looks good, but I'm just gonna point it out. I don't like Saberforge, I don't like their prices, and I don't like all of the reviews of the you know, electronics and stuff from their products. So I did not want to get a Saberforge saber just to get this style of a hilt, and I'm so happy that out of nowhere Ultrasabers made it happen. So there is a look at all of these sabers from this order. Obviously, if you want to have a closer look any of these sabers, stay tuned to the channel for the reviews. If you may be looking at buying some of these, it'll be a great chance for you to see them up close and personal in every single detail. If you want to check out other videos from my channel, there's some on screen right now, and you can also go ahead and subscribe. And my Instagram and Twitter are in the description below if you want to go ahead and stay in contact with me. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.